Hey everybody, Debbi Starr here. Wanted to hop in and just talk about getting started in the online business space. Now, I have a lot of entrepreneurs, coaches, course creators. I work with them at different stages of their business. But the initial stage, getting started, I get it. You're trying to kind of bootstrap your business and you hate to invest a lot of money, but here's the deal. When you are starting a new business, whether it's an online business, a B2B, you're opening a physical store, whatever it is, there's certain expenses and supplies that you need to run the business, right? So if you were opening a store, you're going to have some kind of a cash register. You're going to have some kind of signage and, turn the lights on, all of that kind of stuff. Well, for the online space, the number one mistake that I see people making is they try to start out with free tools and then they Frankenstein everything together. So what do I mean by that? They might start out with something like MailerLite to handle their emails, and they might kind of limp along with a WordPress site, and then they might use other tools. But now here's the deal. Most of you got into the online space because you're a genius at what you do. You can help people, whatever your zone of genius is, but you're probably not the tech geek, right? And you're probably not the marketing geek, and you might even cringe a little bit when you're trying to sell. So when you use an all-in-one product, it simplifies everything. And so you don't have to go back to PhD tech school just to figure everything out. And here's the beautiful part. Pay attention to this. When you're first getting started, if you build your business the right way, you're going to be able to scale a lot quicker. Now, I want you to think about the franchise model. Why do people spend the extra money for a franchise model? Because somebody else has already done the heavy lifting for them. And then all they have to do is come in, spend some time with that franchise owner. They've got all of the playbooks, they've got all the equipment, they've got all the instructions, and then they're good to go. Well, there's a couple of products that I live and die by in my online business coaching. And excuse me, one of them is GoHighLevel. GoHighLevel is an all in one marketing program that basically has everything built right into it. So you can build your marketing funnels, your sales funnels. You can schedule appointments so that your people can work with you. You can set up your courses. You name it, you can do it. You can collect money. You can get the payments, all of that kind of stuff. But and there's a lot of companies that quote unquote white label GoHighLevel. What do I mean by white label? They put their brand on the front and maybe they add some added services or templates or training, and then you go through them instead of GoHighLevel. Now, it doesn't matter if you're using a white labeled product or you're going straight with GoHighLevel. The back end engine is the same. What I want to do is just give you a 5-minute tour on how quickly you can get started using GoHighLevel. And so just follow along with me. So right now, let me just shrink my head down here a little bit. I am inside of GoHighLevel, and here's what I want you to think about. Basically, this all-in-one marketing program gives you like 4 different types of services all built into one. But now here's the deal. When you first get started, chances are all you need to create some kind of a funnel to sell your program. You need to be able to collect the payments, right? And you might need to get people onto your calendar. So maybe you're doing the one-to-one coaching. If you're a course creator, then the fourth piece is building your membership. So what I want to do is just very briefly, very high level, give you kind of a sneak peek on how easy it is to get started. So along the side over here and along the top, basically are all of the different components of this powerful program. And let's say that you wanted to build a new funnel. So over here to the left, you clicked sites. And then up here at the top, what kind of site? You could build a website, you could do a blog, the client portal, you name it. But I'm just going to click on funnels. And depending on who you're using this from, if you're using a white labeled product, that most of the white labeled companies have some templates you can use. Or if you're just opening up the box and using it, super easy. So what I want to do, I'm just going to create a brand new one. And again, I could do it from templates, but I'm just going to do a new one because I want you to see how easy this is. So I'm just going to say test funnel for newbies. Okay. So I'm just going to give it a name. And the funnel name is basically just kind of that focus. Okay. So I've created the funnel and I'm just going to click on it. Now don't get all worried about some of the tech pieces. I'm just showing you very quickly how you can get started. So over here, kind of on the left, we have what we call funnel steps. Now, you've all gone through funnels, right? You might have landed on a landing page that says opt in to get this wonderful freebie. You click on that, then you're taken to the thank you page, and then you might be directed to get onto a sales page. If you buy something, you go to the cart, and then you get to the thank you page. Those basically are considered steps or just another page, okay? So I'm just going to add, because I am just working from scratch, I have to say which pages I want. If I was using a template, the templates would already be in there and I would just modify them. But the reason I'm purposely doing this from scratch is to show you how easy it is. Now, sometimes you've heard the expression a squeeze page. I'm just going to call it the freebie page. The path is when you type in that URL, starfunnels.net / get GoHighLevel. I'm just going to call it that. Okay. That would be the full path. Now it's created the placeholder for the page. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to click edit and I'm going to edit the page. Now, if you're in my any of my membership programs or even in my free Facebook group, I go into more details with all of this. But no worries here. Okay, again, just going to show you how easy it is. When you're building a funnel or a landing page, what I want you to think about is, remember those little dolls that kind of nested in each other? A funnel page, doesn't matter which company you're using, they all work the same way. You start out with a page, and then on that page, you have sections. Then within each section, you have rows. And then within each rows, you have different components or items. It's all going to make sense here in a minute. But by breaking things into sections and rows, then you can customize all of the formatting and all of that kind of stuff. So you'll see over here on the left, it's just walked me through sections, rows, elements, and so forth. How do I want this to show up? Do I want full width? Do I want partial, medium? I'm just going to grab the full width. And so now I've got this little green box. This is telling me that it's a section. So anything I add into this section, like if I wanted a background image, we've all seen those really cool background images that kind of float along. I could apply that to this section. Now, the next thing I have to do is I have to add a row. And now this is where we can have multiple columns, basically. So do I want a 1 column, 2 column, and so forth? I'm just going to drag that over, and there, now I've got a blue box inside of the green box. The blue box is showing that it is a section. or I'm sorry, a row. Now I'm going to add an element and I'm just going to drag the headline. Okay, so get started the easy way. I click the little plus. I could add a sub headline with your simple funnel page. Okay, it's that easy. Now I'm going to add something else. I could just continue clicking the little plus. Keep in mind, all of this is being added to this row. Okay, so let me come down and let me just add an image. Actually, I'm going to go back and I'm going to add a two column, like two columns. I think that's going to make sense better. So I come over here and I select rows. This time I'm going to add a two column row. Let me try that again. Got to just drag it in. And now what I could do is I could, for instance, add an image here. So let me just go down here, quickly add the image. And then here I'm going to add some text. So let me add a header and let me add subhead and let me add a paragraph. And I'm just going to add some bulleted text here. All right. So on my image, I'm just going to pause this for a second, but I'm just going to grab an image and dump it in. Okay, so I've added an image here and I just went back and added a little bit of text here so you don't have to watch me type. So now remember I said you're building your page by sections and then rows and then columns and then components. So see what you've learned already. We've just created so far one section. And with this section, what we could do is we could apply, for instance, we could put a background color on it and we can customize the colors so that we can grab our branding colors, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to add a color here. So now we've added this. We can add color, font changes, everything behind every one of these little components. But now let's add a second section so that you can see the advantage of creating sections. So if I come up here to the top and now I'm going to go to sections, and again, how wide do I want this section? I'm just going to drag this down. Hopefully this is copying down. There it is. So now you can see I've got another section, and now my next decision will be adding a row. Again, I can add just one row. Up here, notice this was a two column row. You could add, we'll just add a three column, okay? And then again, notice this section has the white background. This one up here had the blue. If I wanted, I could add a background image to this. Again, it's unlimited. You could just be so creative with this. The purpose, again, is just to show you how easy it is to save this so you can be up and running. So on this, what I really want is I want people to opt in. So I need a button and a little bit of text. So let's do that. So I'm going to add an element and let's just add a button. And instead of click to sign up, I can change the text. Yes, give me this lead magnet. Okay, and I can change the color. Again, everything is customizable however you want to set this up. I'll just play around here. Okay, so now I've got this little button, and then I would tell it down here what action do I want for that button. I can open what we call a pop-up, or I can get it to go to the next page. For instance, if this was a true checkout, I could have it scroll to an element. In other words, if I had the form underneath, I could have it do that. Again, the sky's the limit, but we just want something super easy. So I'm just going to say open a pop-up. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just dump in our little form for that pop-up. Okay, so up here at the top, we're just going to click on our pop-up settings. And basically a pop-up is kind of like a little mini page inside of the page we're building. And it probably because I've already clicked on this before, but it would ask you how many columns. So we want one row with just one column. Again, you could set it up however you want. I just added a one column row, and then it says you don't have any forms yet. If I click on that, then I can just open this up. Let's see here. I know I have some forms. Okay, so I will add. Let me just delete this again. So I'm going to add an element. I'm going to drag the form over, and then I will pick which form. If I wanted to create a new one, I would just go with that. I already have a little opt-in form. Basically, I'm just asking for first name, email, describe your business. Okay, so that's all I need to do with that. So now I can close this. So now the action is when somebody lands on this page, they'll say, yes, I want this. They're going to click that button. And because I made this a 3-column, I could, put like an arrow here. I could put my picture, I could put text, or I can just leave it like this. Again, sky's the limit. I'm going to just save this again, make sure that all of our changes are saved. And then on this, I want to create one more section. And that section basically is that footer section. You should have your privacy policy, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to add that section. Now, the powerful thing is once you start using this all-in-one builder, you can, so remember I said that I wanted to add a section. So I could manually add the section, add the rows, all of that kind of stuff. But you also have the option of creating global sections. In other words, if you had many pages in this funnel, you could apply it to all the pages, or a saved section. And I have one. So I'm going to click on section template, and let's see if I can find it here. Here's one, SC for Starr Consulting footer section. So I'm just going to grab that and drag it in. And now you'll see that this bottom section that I use over and over again, it points people to my web page. It points people to my terms and conditions. I can put the date in, all of that kind of stuff. And now I'm going to save it. And now up here at the top is a little preview. And here's my page. I don't think it saved my footer. I think I clicked on the preview too fast here. Okay, so do you see how easy that was? So let me come back here. Let me just save this again. All right. Again, super easy to start building your pages, your lead magnet pages, your funnel pages, your shopping cart, all of that kind of stuff. So let me just come back here to you and talk with you just for a second. So again, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you're serious about growing an online business, then you need to invest in a few tools, not a lot, but when you invest in an all-in-one package like this with GoHighLevel, excuse me, you can get started as low as $97 a month. And here's the deal. It's an all-in-one. So you get your calendar, you get your payment gateway, you get your funnel builder. I haven't even talked about the email marketing part to it. Everything that you need to run your business. So where can you go and actually start and grow a business to replace your full-time income for only $97 a month, and to use a tool that is super easy? So anybody that joins under my affiliate link, I hold your hand. I actually have some templates that I give you so that you're off and running. If you are looking to start your online business, or you're ready to upscale and get serious and invest in this all-in-one tool, then you need to check it out. I'll put links in the comments below. Let me know, what questions do you have? What is holding you back in building your online business? Let's share your genius with the world. Can't wait to hear from you. Take care.